Hi, my name's Ken. I'm the guy that runs the Blazing Trails blog videos channel on YouTube. And I wanted to put this video up to give people an update on the channel. My subscribers, and I've been quite happy with how many people have subscribed to my channel and the enjoyment that you guys have got out of some of the wildlife videos that I've posted on there. Now things have changed for me. Oh, before I go any further, and I'm just winging this video by the way. I'm also known as Old Rebel on the race department website for computer race car simulators, because I'm also involved in that. And this video will be posted on there too, so I thought I'd also identify myself that way. Some things changed in my life a few months back where I'm no longer living out at that beautiful property at Bragg Creek where I was getting all those wildlife videos. I didn't announce that on my channel right away when it happened because I knew that at the point in the future I was going to be back into a wildlife scenario and I was going to be able to put my cameras out again in a different wild area and to be able to also, so I could continue to upload some cool wildlife videos. But there's going to be more to it than that. If you read the title of my channel, you may remember that I live in a large motor coach. I live in a 40-foot Monaco diesel pusher, an old one. It's like 25 years old. And I still do, except I live in a campground at the moment, just outside of Calgary. In the near future, I'm going to be moving out into a wilderness area of British Columbia, the eastern part of British Columbia. The purpose of our trip out here today, I say our because my daughter's with me and she's being camera person at the moment, is we're going to go down the Beaverfoot River Valley, which is east of Golden. We're going to go down about 30K of logging road and explore that area looking for a place. Let's wait for this car to go by. We're going to be looking for a place that I can get my big motor coach into. I'm also going to be towing my Ranger 4x4 with a quad in the box, with my quad in the box behind that big motor coach. So I haven't been out to this Beaverfoot River Valley for, I'm going to say, God, it's got to be 6 or 7 years. So we're going out here to explore it today, to check the road conditions, and also maybe look for a spot that I can get my motorhome into and stay there for the summer. I might stay there all summer and camp for free and take some film, and periodically I'll access the internet and upload videos. All right, so that's where we're at right now. You may notice, holy smokes, for us standing on the side of the Trans-Canada Highway, where's the traffic? What's going on, right? Today's May the 3rd, by the way, Tuesday, May the 3rd. The reason the highway's so quiet, well, it's actually temporarily closed about 30 kilometers ahead, but just because of road construction. But just before the road construction is the turnoff that we're going to take to go down the Beaverfoot River Valley. And I'll take a couple more videos today to show you what that's all about while we're just in exploration mode. All right, so let's leave the video at that. Now you know what I look like. I'll take my hat off so you get a little bit better look. I'm 64 years old. I'll be 65 in December this year. And I don't have a heck of a lot of money. I got a little bit of money, but I don't have a heck of a lot. So I've got to learn. I'm going to live as cheap as I can and enjoy myself while I'm doing it. And that involves, because I'm a backcountry wilderness kind of guy, that involves living for free out in the beautiful province of British Columbia. So let's get on with the trip, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Talk to you later. Okay, I'm back. It's only about probably 5 or 10 minutes since the last video, and I've made the turn off the Trans-Canada Highway. Made a turn to the south and we're at the start of the Beaverfoot River Valley Forest Service Road. The river that you just saw in the video is the Kicking Horse River that runs down into Golden, the town of Golden. And this site is where there's a lot of whitewater rafting trips are staged here. So if you wanted to plan a whitewater rafting trip down the Kicking Horse River, which is got some nice whitewater in it, I've never done it, but it's supposed to be a lot of fun. it'll drop you right down into Golden. This is where you would start. Now from here, we're going to drive 20, I believe I'm going by memory, I think it's 27 or 28 kilometers south on a gravel logging road. And then we'll come to a fork in the road. And we'll be taking a right at that fork. In fact, I'll talk to you guys again when we get to that fork in the road, and might even shoot a little bit of video between here and there. We're driving my Ranger truck today. That's in the background. It's a four-wheel drive, and that truck will be being towed behind my motor coach, and with a quad in the back. My motor coach is loaded right now, loaded for stuff to live off-grid for the summer. So it's going to be heavy, but that thing's got a ton of power, just a ton. And it runs like a top. So I want to check this road out to see if it's still in as good a shape as I remembered it to be. This is one of the few Forest Service logging roads in British Columbia. I know eastern British Columbia back roads pretty well. This is one of the few that I would bring a big 40-foot highway coach like that down, because it was always in fairly good condition, the road. Hopefully it's still that way. All right, so I'll talk to you in a bit. All right, I'm back. Wow, look at the snow on each side of the road, man. There's more snow out here still than what I was expecting. We didn't have a lot of snow up here in Western Canada this year, but hey, we're out in the mountains, and that's why I brought my Ranger 4x4 today instead of my little economy car. I thought, you never know, I might need it. I also brought bear spray. You know, for those of you that live somewhere other than Canada, you may not realize that most Canadians don't own firearms, other than, I guess, for hunting and some farmers own firearms, etc. But the average citizen like me does not have a firearm that we carry around, even though we camp in some pretty wild country and there's lots of wildlife, lots of wild animals of all types, grizzly bears, cougars, the works. But bear spray is very effective, you know, like, you give them a good squirt and it's they'll run the other way. That's the theory anyway. But no, I know that it does work very well. I also want to make a point about something. I was talking about the fact that I'm looking at this area for bringing my big 40-foot diesel pusher motor coach down here. And other people that own highway coaches like that or big RVs, I want to be clear. This road has some rough sections, and my motor coach is 25 years old, and it's not a new $1 million one like some of you people that might be watching this. If you were to ever think about bringing your big RV or a motor coach down this road, I would strongly recommend that you drive it first, just like I am today, to check the condition of the road to make sure that you really do want to bring your big RV down here. So don't take that lightly. That's important. All right, so let's carry on, and hopefully we don't get too much snow in a shadowy area, which prevents us from going as far as I want to go today, but I think we'll be okay. This Ranger's a very capable little 4x4, and it's got very, very good tires on it. So talk to you in a bit. Okay, check this out, and behind me you'll see what's called the Beaverfoot Lodge. And if you look on a map of where we're going today down the Beaverfoot River Valley, you'll see a mention of the Beaverfoot Lodge, and there it is behind us, and you can book reservations and stay there. Other than that, I don't really know anything about it. But the main reason I stopped right here is I said to my daughter, who's with me today, I said the big thing is going to be, you know, with this much snow still on the side of the road, after you get past the Beaverfoot Lodge, there's nobody else, there's no other civilization or cabins or anything down the valley that I know of. And show them the road now, Jade. Show the transition here. Okay, so now we're looking at snow-covered road. And I'm going to be putting the Ranger in four-wheel drive, mainly for control purposes. Generally, they say to keep it two-wheel drive unless you get stuck, then put it in four-wheel drive. But because we're going to be going on some I know of, I just want to stay in control of my truck as much as I can, of course, on this snowy section of road. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks before I move out here, there's going to be some rain in the forecast and some more warm weather, and hopefully this all melts off a lot better than it is. In some respects, one might think, well, with a heavy motor coach, be worried about, you know, the road getting too soft. This main logging road is generally pretty hard packed. There's been logging trucks use this over the years quite often, and my coach has got really good traction with really excellent tires, like brand new tires. And so, although I wouldn't want to drive it on snow like that, if it's just wet, I'm going to look at it on the positive side as it'll keep the dust down. If you're going to drive a diesel pusher motor coach down a gravel, dusty road, you got to have some concern about that, because the engine's in the back, its air intake is in the back, up at the top of the roof, above the engine, right in the back of the motor coach. Well, as you know, it's dustier than hell back there coming down a road like this. You have to be very conscious of that driving a diesel pusher motor coach down a much gravel road. So in actual fact, I had said to my daughter while we were driving out here, I was maybe going to watch the forecast and try to come in, when I do come out here with the coach, to come in after a small rainstorm or something that will knock the dust down. But anyway, let's carry on and see how things go here. Way more snow out here than what I expected. Wow. Okay, you guys. Well, I turned around. At first I thought we were going to be okay. The snow was still fairly hard, and I was a little bit worried about it getting rotten and dropping through. And I brought a shovel with me today, but man, I don't want to use it. And so I turned around. It was just getting too sketchy, and I figured let's not push our luck. So hey, this was a 3-hour drive today from Calgary coming out here, and driving a 4-wheel drive truck, you know, it's cost me some money in fuel. But the whole purpose of this drive today was to come out and see the state of things out here, what's going on. And it's a warm day today. It's 12 degrees Celsius, okay? Which is about 55 Fahrenheit, I think. So things are actively melting. There's going to be some rain, but I'm supposed to be getting out of that campground by May 19th, and man, I don't know. I think I'm going to look for a Plan B place to go first, before bringing my motor coach out here. I'd definitely be driving out here a second time with my 4x4 to check it again before I drive that big motor coach in here. But yeah, too much snow. As soon as we got past that lodge there, that road hadn't been looked after all winter, and just too much snow. And I just didn't want to take the chance. So we'll talk to you later. I've got it in mind. I might have another place I'm going to check on the way back. We might turn on Highway 93 and head south. And although most of that's in the national park, I know a road that I can go on that goes out of the national park, and it might be more doable down there. We'll see. Talk to you later.